Well, we are back in the living room, and you know, as the PSA just stated, you know, we have a serious problem with violence in our community right now, and it seems to me that it is just getting more and more out of control every single day. I mean, when somebody walks into a store, a convenience store with an AK-47 and begins to shoot, there's truly something wrong in our community, and I feel like the community really needs to take a stand on this particular issue, because we can't expect the police or anybody else to really handle this situation if we're going to stand by and allow these kind of things to go on.
Well, and the reason I wanted you to start this segment, because you know I feel passionate about what's going on in the streets, and you deal with the children on a regular basis. I blame not the police. I don't blame anybody else. I blame the government for not minding your business when it comes to this, and I'll tell you why. If you want to chime in on this, 617-708-3280. When they took prayer out of schools and they took out punishment, where a parent had the right to control and really keep a child in line, when they said you couldn't spank or beat your child and they started enforcing it, that's when we started having problems. Now you go back, because I grew up, I'm an old school, just like my mother used to beat you where you did it. I got beat in church. I got beat in Purity Supreme. I got beat in Bradley's. But right now, I'm a good part of society, and I know everybody who's watching. And even in this thing, someone has put their hands on you to straighten you out. Today, these kids today don't fear their parents. They think there's no reprisals for what they do. I think when these politicians, the hell you sitting at somebody's mother's house talking about, oh, I feel sorry what happened to your child. Put a legislation back on the book that these parents can whip their children. And I don't care if y'all think I'm being a comic. I am not. I am telling you the truth. Once again, you can call us at 617-708-3280. Caller, are you live? Good afternoon.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. You know, remember that quote with Reverend Wright when he said the chicken are coming home to the roost, something like that?
Yeah, when Reverend Wright said the chicken are coming home to the roost. First of all, caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Jay. I'm calling from Boston.
Okay, you sound like you were scared to let us know. Are you not supposed to be on the phone? Is your mother coming?
Yeah.
You better get off the phone before you get the first beating live on TV. I appreciate the call, Jay. Thanks for calling in. What do you think about that, P?
Well, I mean, I think it's even a larger issue than that. I think, you know, when you look back over time, man, it's about how people feel about themselves. I mean, that's the reason why violence happens in our community. It has really nothing to do with how I feel about the person that's actually getting hurt. It's how I feel about myself. Because when I'm feeling good about me, I really don't care what anybody else is doing. You know, but when I don't feel good about me, when I got the pressure of the world on my shoulders, I mean, the education system is definitely failing a lot of our young people. Our family structure has been broken down to little or nothing. I mean, when grandma's 30, okay, yeah. Grandma's 30, yeah. Triquan is 15, and Dejanay is 3. You know what I mean? So who's in the house? Nobody. And I think we have a real problem in our community with this. And I think that there's an acceptable level of ignorance that we tolerate.
Say that again.
There's an acceptable level of ignorance that we tolerate in our community. Well, and that's a problem.
Okay, we're going to go to another phone call. Caller, good evening. Welcome to the Cornerstone.
Hey, how you doing?
What's your name and where you calling from?
I'm Brian. I'm from Dorchester.
How you doing, Brian? Talk to us.
Yeah, I kind of disagree with what you're saying. You know, we grew up in the day of old school, you know, where the parents, you know, took it in their own hands. But, you know, in today's society, you really can't do that, you know. But, I mean, I understand your point, too, of, you know, a kid could use a good whipping once in a while. But, you know, the parents need to step up and take responsibility here and get involved in, you know, with the kids.
But, Brian, I'm gonna agree to disagree with you, because you're saying the same thing I am saying. The parents can't step up and do what they really want to, because this law on the books is telling them no. Now, no matter how many soccer games you go to, how many football games you go to, until that child respects you and respect himself enough not to be acting the way they do in the street, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, well, yeah, I you know, how I raised my kids, You know.
How many kids you have?
I have 2.
How old?
You know, 14. Well, he's grown now, but when he was 14 and the other one was 16, you know, I was there for them. You know, and I was involved in their lives.
Are they good kids right now?
Oh yeah, they were real good kids.
So now I want you to be honest on TV. Yeah. You never had to, do you have boys?
I have 1 boy, 1 girl.
Oh, I know you had to shake them. I know you had to, because you don't let black kids do what they want until you get their attention. Be honest with me. You never put your hands on them.
I might have.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, right. then don't call him no more then. Bye, man. If you're going to call here, make sure you know what you... All I'm saying to you, I don't want you to abuse your children, but get your children's attention. Abuse is a brick. A beating is love. Listen, go home tonight and wake your kids up and have a conversation with them. But if that child, out of his right mind, looks you in your face and talks to you like you one of the kids on the street, you have the right to choke them. Well. Look, I'm being for real, man. Get these kids' attention, because you know why? Because you an educator, and if I don't control my child here, by the time you get to school, you can't do nothing with him or nobody else in the class.
Well, you know, I just think, you know, we just lost sight of what our community is all about. I mean, most of the time, you don't even know you don't even know your neighbors anymore. You don't know the people that live on the street anymore, and everybody has a different way of seeing things. So everybody's values used to be the same, but now it's not. So I mean, yeah,
we see it. But this topic is so, we can go on for a long time about it. Everybody got a different point of view, and you know, we can keep this going. You can always hit us up on email. Listen, guys, I'm not going to stop no quicker than I'm going to finish the subject. So understand this. This is very important. We're going to go to a PSA, and when we come back, we're going to go over to the Tucker Brown Group, and they'll give you some light on how you parents and people in the community can do better.
Love yourselves and each other.
Hey, the views of Jonathan Gates represents me.